Good afternoon, everyone. In today's video, I'd like to share a setup inside of crude oil that I think is interesting. It brings together the best of both worlds with seasonal patterns and technical analysis. Starting first with the seasonal patterns, I have our seasonal analysis indicator loaded on our charts here, and this is a free indicator available to everyone. I'll leave a link to download it in the description box below. And up here, using the labels that the seasonal analysis indicator gives us, we can very easily see that August through November are the weaker months inside of crude oil. August, negative 2.72% average performance, and this is going back 5 years, and November is the weaker month with a negative 3.62%. If we increase this from say 5 years to maybe 20 years worth of data, we can still see the same idea hold true. August through November, the weaker months. So this 4-month stretch here inside of crude is where we expect to start to see some weakness come into play. And that weakness is what we're looking to take advantage of. Now, for those of you that are swing traders, I like the chart of USO for this as a swing trade. So if I zoom out and we take a look at what USO looks like, using our swing high to swing low, this is October 2018 to March 2020, price has really just been chopping in between this entire range, treating this as a roadmap, and currently we're coming right back up to that 50% retracement mark, this yellow line. So I'm looking at this yellow line to serve as a little bit of a resistance here. If we zoom into price action, there's a few things that start to stand out. We see these Keltner channel wedges plotting. That tells us that, hey, price is outside of our 3.0 Keltner channel bands, and we're looking for a reversion to the mean, aka a short side opportunity. Now, in order to see that idea pan out, we need to see these wedges stop plotting and for some reversal signs. I'll leave a link to a video which breaks that down in more detail. Quick example of what we're looking at is something like this. We have these wedges, they stop plotting, so these two candles. We then see this red arrow, which is our overbought, oversold confirmation. So in this case, it's telling us that we're officially now in overbought territory. And this pink dot tells us momentum is shifting to the downside. The 3 EMA has crossed below the 8. So as of right now, inside of USO, we're still in the Keltner channel wedge perspective. So we're waiting and watching for these wedges to stop. However, when they do stop printing, then we can take advantage of this seasonal pattern, looking for weakness and then taking advantage of that move to whichever the mean is at that particular time, either the 20 period simple moving average, the market pulse line, something else you'd like, an anchored VWAP, whatever. So the idea there is we're still waiting here for these wedges to stop plotting and show us some signs of a reversal. Now, for those of you that are day traders, here's a way that I would take advantage of this while we're waiting and watching. I would come into a 1-minute time frame chart or 2 minutes, whichever you like, and I'm looking to take advantage of any intraday rallies that we can find where we slam right up into our volatility levels. So here's an example of crude from today to help illustrate this idea. For much of the day, crude just chops around in between our volatility levels. Then comes the 10 to 11 a.m. Pacific hour, and we can see volatility accelerates here. As volatility accelerates, price slams into our upper volatility box zone. So this is where we're looking for a short side setup, and we already have a short side bias from that daily time frame chart using our seasonals. That's essentially what I'm looking to play. Take advantage of any weakness that we can find, any edge where we can take advantage of weakness in crude oil. Here's the same setup that I just showed you on the USO chart, except you can actually see how all the pieces look when they start to click. We have all of these wedges that are plotting. We hit our sign entry line. You then see these wedges stop plotting. You see the red arrow along with the pink dot for the momentum cross. And you can see how that momentum starts to shift. Now, we're looking for entries at the sign line, which we did not get in this particular move. I want to make sure I call that out. However, for those of you that are looking to be a bit more aggressive, that daily bias from the seasonal analysis indicator may enable you to be a little bit more aggressive than you otherwise typically would be. So this is the setup I'm looking at inside of crude oil. It all started with our seasonal analysis indicator telling us that, hey, we're expecting to see weakness in this 4-month stretch. Today is August 1st, so we're at the very beginning of August here, where we're still waiting for signs of that reversal But once we see that pan out with those triggers I mentioned, we can then start to take advantage of any kind of weakness that we see right up here near this 50% retracement mark. That would be more for a swing trading basis using the daily time frame chart. And for those of you that are day traders looking to take advantage of the same information but with smaller moves, you can use something like the futures volatility box and take advantage of any short side setups you get. If you aren't comfortable trading the full size contract, you can also use something like the micros, which will allow you to take advantage of this with slightly less risk. I hope you found this video useful for those of you that either like to trade crude or you're just looking for a new trade idea which has some other basis behind it besides just purely technicals. Here we have seasonal analysis and seasonal patterns behind us, along with the setup that we're waiting for and watching on the daily time frame chart. Take care, everyone. Good luck trading. I'll leave some links in the description box below for both downloading the seasonal analysis indicator along with understanding the setup in more detail.